thank you for tuning in with Four at the Table. Today's table matter is, we have a guest. Her name is Shanae Young, and she's going to talk about her skincare. I'm so excited to have you here today to talk about your skincare because Shanae does the makeup for Four at the Table. So she's into skincare, she's into makeup, and I'm excited to have her as a guest today to talk about her product. Please share.
First of all, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. I've been watching the weeks and weeks, and you girls are doing fabulous.
Thank you.
And it's awesome that I get to do the beats. It's awesome. Okay, guys, so let's get right into it. So I'm in the process of rebranding. I've already had a skincare line out, and it's been going pretty well. But because of the need to expand, I am rebranding the name and things of that sort. So all of that information will come out at a later date. But I first want to start with a face serum that's my Brilliantly Brightening face serum. Serums are wonderful because this is full of lipids, which are oils, and oils penetrate beyond the epidermis. Okay. And because it has an assortment of carrier oils and essential oils, whatever your skincare challenge is, it will go ahead and hit that thing, whatever it is. Like most people don't know, I give facials because I'm a licensed esthetician.
She is wonderful with the facial, puts you to sleep facial.
Oh. Yes.
Never had nobody put me to sleep.
She massaged the face?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And you get the steam. The steam is amazing.
It's a beautiful experience.
Okay, so if we wanted to just walk you through a facial really quick, you want to give a deep cleanse. Mm-hmm. So I make a foaming cleanser too. It's peppermint, which Dominique enjoyed that as well. And you want to work it in for at least a minute, because you want it to actually get beyond the skin that you see. The skin that you see, guys, is the epidermis. Mm-hmm. You want it to go to the dermis because that'll go, it's 5 layers in the dermis. It'll go to whatever, like I said, the issue is. So we start with a cleanse and then we'll tone, which this is a rose hydrosol toner that I did make myself as well. Toners are good because they will close the pores. They'll rebalance the pH balance. If you're dealing with inflammation, if you're dealing with redness, if you're dealing with acne, and baby, it's a pick-me-up. So if you just want to splash yourself because you just need to be lifted, mm-hmm. I have this in a rose and a lavender.
Wonderful product.
Okay.
So that works for acne?
It works for acne, yes.
Okay.
It'll calm the skin. Just say we did something to, like just say we did an extraction. Just say you had a breakout. Mm-hmm. And we extracted the skin and then we went into this high frequency to kill all the bacteria. Because the thing is, when you extract, that means you're basically busting open those pimples, pustules, or whatever you want to call them.
Those things get on my nerves. They always come around that menstrual.
Yeah, they do. They do. Absolutely. But I have products that will deal with that as well because that's a hormonal type of thing. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But like I was saying, with the high frequency, it'll kill the bacteria because that's the whole point.
Okay.
You keep getting breakouts in the same area. You want to kill and go to the root of it. Mm-hmm. See, I don't do branches. Let's go to the root of the tree.
I like
if we go to the root of the tree or the seed, where did it start from? We can begin to heal the skin. And I believe that's part of my calling. It's important. But I have 40-year-old skin, and baby, I don't need it. And the reason is because I have a great skincare regimen. Mm-hmm. And I think we would empower on makeup. We would have more confidence if we had better skin and if we had education. Mm-hmm. So my brand is not just to give you great products because it speaks for itself.
It does.
Okay.
Empowerment and teaching, because I want you to know why. A good leader and a good teacher makes it where you don't need them anymore. Mm-hmm. So if I do my job correctly, you can say, okay, Shanae said this and this and this. I'm not going to buy this. First of all, a lot of skincare creators, they use words that you don't understand. The first 3 ingredients are the ingredients that are really like the top performers.
Is it water one should be first?
Water should be first. Well, not necessarily.
No.
It just depends on what the product is.
Okay.
But the point I'm saying is they put fillers in it because a lot of consumers don't do research. So you're wondering why am I using this and it's not working? It's nothing really in it. Mm-hmm. If you go and Google those things and see what they actually do, it's a bunch of alcohols, it's a bunch of things that just consistently dry you out, which is not what you need. First of all, I'm a melanin maven of skincare for blacks, okay? We have melanocytes that are huge, okay?
Can we rewind that back? Melanin maven.
Melanin maven. That means
right.
I'm an expert, master, and a connoisseur. I'm a prophesy what my destiny is going to be in the skincare line.
Hello.
And when our skin feels under attack, when it gets inflamed, any types of trauma, you get a scratch, you get a burn, anything, it goes into overproduction of melanin. Hence, you end up hyperpigmentation and acne scars. Come on. Who wants that? Just because you have your cycle is coming every month until we go to menopause, whatever. Who wants a monthly reminder? Hey, it's that time.
Right.
No.
Right.
So I make products that are all natural. I don't do anything that's synthetic. Yes, I make it in my kitchen, and that's okay because that's where Estee Lauder started.
Hello.
That's where Madam C.J. Walker started. And you will watch
Yes.
this $1 million mogul blow up. But anywho, let me focus on what we're saying. So when the skin feels
I can
inflamed,
agree with you on that.
Yes,
He said
yes.
with
Yes,
2 or
BFF.
3 together.
Yes.
He's in the midst.
When it feels inflamed, it overproduces melanin. So then in that case, we can use niaminoside. Now this is a water-based serum which has distilled water because you never want to use anything out of the faucet. I have a water machine that I use.
Man, that's interesting that you say that because at one point in time in my life, I was using bottled water to wash my face. I don't know why, but
I know why.
The Holy Spirit is right. And
Exactly.
And then I also use paper towels and not
Face towels?
face towels. I use paper towels and wash my face with cold water.
The only thing is this, if you're gonna use paper towels, make sure there is no dye, no detergent. It's
Absolutely.
white, but that
Right.
doesn't mean it's not those things in there.
Okay.
Because the thing, when you open up the pores, you're making a deposit.
Okay.
So if that's dye, you're putting that under the skin.
your
When,
skin.
for you scratchers and you pickers, you're breaking the skin, and you're making a filthy deposit of what's under your nails. So
Okay.
you have to be conscious of that. So back to this with the niaminoside, it's good for hyperpigmentation. It's good to balance the oil on the skin. It's good to shrink the pores. It's good to bring moisture and hydration to the skin because a lot of us deal with that. A lot of us can be oily skin under the epidermis, but then we have surface dehydration. So we won't moisturize, but you have to do both because you're telling your sebaceous gland, AKA your oil gland, to overproduce. I have to overcompensate now because I'm oily under the surface skin, but the surface is dry.
Okay.
So it's trick to the trade of this thing. I never felt, and this is no knock against anyone, a lot of skincare products are formulated in Europe. They're manufactured in China. Where the black people at? Not trying to be funny, but where's the melanin in that? You can't tell me what's good for my skin. You don't even have what I have. And my skin does something different. I never knew that we needed SPF, sun protection factor, because you have a lot of us with different tone issues. It's because we out here in the sun thinking because we brown with this beautiful melanin that we don't need it. Yes, we do.
We have to wear it
I
too.
never knew darker complected people, because of their melanin, can have vitamin D deficiencies. So I mix vitamin D in some of my formulations. Like I really want to customize based on a Fitzpatrick scale. The Fitzpatrick scale is the scale that kind of aligns you based on your melanin. So I want to formulate because it will be for us by us, pun intended, because nobody else should do stuff for us. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So all this do-it-yourself at home stuff, I don't believe in that. Because you actually have an acid mantle. The acid mantle can get thrown off with the apple cider vinegars, with the lemon juices. So it's cool to do some things, but some don't do it because that's why you have professionals. So, yeah.
I agree 100%, and I give credit when credit is due, whether I know a person or not. But I can attest to the rose water mist because that and the. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let me just stick with just stick with that. When I spray that on my face, it's something refreshing about it after I've sprayed it, after I've cleansed my face properly with the soap, and then I spray the rose water. It's like, oh my God, like I have a glow to my skin, all of that. And I'm just like, man, these are some really great products because this stuff works. I'm not just telling you what I heard, like I'm telling you from experience and using it in just a few weeks. I noticed, like a 3-week time span, the change in my skin from Melanin Maven.
Your skin looks good.
Thank you.
Your skin looks good. And you both use this
Melanin
product.
Maven.
Absolutely. So I think I'm going to have to jump on board.
I think so too.
Yes.
You're
You're going to have to join the Melanin Maven crew.
Right. Because I don't know why after 40, I just started getting these bumps.
Yeah.
Before I come on my menstrual, it's annoying.
Yeah.
All this beauty, and then you get these bumps, and it's like, my husband like, what's going on with your face? I don't know, maybe I need to see Shanae.
You do. I have 2 places you can come to. So,
Okay.
and the hormones change because I actually had a client. She was cool to 40. Then she became oily. Then at 50, she was super dry. And her skin felt like a helmet. So I made sure I gave her steam, because steam it has ozone in it. It's a natural germicidal, so it'll kill bacteria, but it'll loosen that skin. And I massaged it till it was pliable. I promise you, when she left, she had a glow. The skin can be revitalized, it can be rejuvenated. You just need someone who's anointed for it to touch your face.
Man, that's what I want. I want somebody who anointed on my
Anointed for
on
it.
my face.
Yes, that's doing my hair so it can be all the way down
down.
my
Come
back.
on, yes.
You know, I like that you said anointed. That's wonderful because I believe in that. You know, because you don't know where a lot of people's hands are or what kind of spirits they may have working on your body or you know, whatever the case may be.
True.
So I like that you said that.
And I'm gonna tell you this, the second to the last thing my mother said to me before she passed, I was standing in her living room with fuchsia hair and pink pants. You love hair, fashion, and makeup, do you?
Okay.
And she called me at work, and like 3 days later, she died of a heart attack like that. What my mother did not know, I was toiling in my spirit because I was in administration for 18 years. I'm a structured person. I'm principled. I'm visionary, all those good things. But I said, God, this is not what you called me to the earth to do.
Right.
It's one of the things that will help, but this is not it. When she spoke that, I began to go into prayer, and that was it. And here we are. And it's just amazing how that all went, you know, and I'm just like, I've loved these things all my life, you know, but now I see the need for it because I look at how we are murdered. And I'm gonna divert a little bit because of our skin, because of who we are and just the threat that people feel. And it's like, I actually get to minister to the skin. It's deeper than just clear skin. It's your spirit, it's your psyche, your mentality, you know. And it's like when somebody comes to see me, whether they come to the nail salon where I'm at or they come to my spa room, I ask God, what do they need? I asked him, okay, how am I massaging? What do they need? Most people go to sleep or they open up and start sharing all their lives to me.
Right, because you're a woman of God as well.
Right.
So, you know, I forget, she sings as well. And,
Yeah, I do.
So you're able to actually work on the skin as well as work into their spirit or their soul. So that's good. You get to preach while you do
Absolutely, absolutely.
So that's great.
And I don't take it lightly because that's such a vulnerable place for people, for it to be one-on-one and they share whatever they're going through. I've heard some things and I'm like, oh my God, and I have to go and pray that I'm not heavy because things can transfer. And then God can also use us as a burden bearer. So I don't just look at this as a skincare brand because I'm expanding into cosmetics as well as fragrance and whatever else God says. That's the reason I don't have branding today, but trust me, it's coming.
It's your ministry.
It is, absolutely. And so I'm just so, like, I wept when the Lord first started telling me because I'm like, I don't think we always understand the responsibility of what he gives us.
Who are you telling?
Right.
People's confidence, the way they think about themselves and just the things they've been through, you know, the era of growing up being darker complected or whatever the case may be. People are still carrying around those wounds. And here I am, I get to speak to that and tell them how beautiful they are.
I think any skin is beautiful.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
And it's all in how you carry yourself.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see color, I just see people. You
Amen.
know, but black is beautiful, don't get me
Absolutely.
wrong.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
But that's just me. I believe it's all in how people carry themselves. If
Absolutely.
you carry yourself ugly, you will be ugly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Period. I
Sure.
don't care how pretty you are, you're ugly.
That's
and
true.
that's
Your
just
spirit is
that's just the name
That's
of the
the
game.
truth. Absolutely.
You know,
I agree
so,
with
yeah.
that. Absolutely. But it's just the responsibility of it is great, but I love it. And it's like when you see that you're changing lives, like all the things that you do for the Lord, and you always bringing people together. You're like a literal bridge. And you always put people on to help them better. Yeah.
Thank you.
And then BFF with her clinical psychology and all the stuff that she does, like, we're change makers, like we're world changers, I say, you know. And so I'm just very enamored and happy that God even chose me for such a time as this.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So we covered, what is the first one again?
This is the Brilliantly Brightening Serum, and it basically works in conjunction with this beauty bar.
So what is that? Yes.
Okay,
Let's talk
turmeric.
about that.
Turmeric is the thing. Some people say turmeric, some people say potato, whatever. You get what I'm saying. It's an anti-microbial, antifungal, and anti-inflammatory. So basically, it'll dry up the active acne, it'll deal with hyperpigmentation, and then it will help just smooth out the skin. And then there is a blend of essential oils, because everything I do, I make it work in conjunction with each other. I don't have like one product or one ingredient, I make them all work in tangent. So we know we're trying to get rid of acne, we're trying to get rid of scars, we're trying to bring hydration. I would suggest a bundle, because everything in that bundle has been formulated just like Proactive used to do. You need at least 3 or 4 products, honestly. You need a cleanser or a beauty bar. You can try this one. You need a toner, you need a serum, and you need a moisturizer. Now, I really didn't talk about the moisturizer, but the moisturizer is important because that's your barrier. So what you're doing,
your skin.
after you put your serum, which is like the 3rd step, you put your moisturizer on, and that will shield you from any environmental pollutants, anything that's just out here, any antioxidants just out here chilling. Especially in a pandemic when you got to wear these masks. Like, you need that.
I know, right?
Like, so many people are suffering maskne because of having to wear the mask. Either it's the fabric and the friction from it, or it's the carbon monoxide that you're breathing on your own. And, you know, you're ingesting it all day.
So what is that? Is that like bumps on your?
Yes, it's when you're suffering breakouts.
Maybe that's what I'm having. Maybe it's
Maskne.
No.
Oh, it's not. Oh, okay.
No, that's your one.
All right. Well, then it's not the mask.
It's the mask. I got maskne.
So the soap here is a wonderful thing. Now, this soap reminds me of, I use a sea moss soap on my face. And it looks made just like how this is and cut and everything. I like it. You know, and sea moss has a lot of different, like over like 90 something different minerals, you know. So I put that inside my body as well as I start using it on the outside.
So you might be detoxing too. And that's a good thing, but it will show up on the skin because the skin is our largest organ. So if you're detoxing your system, it has to come out some way.
Yep, absolutely.
And so if it's the skin, of course we don't want it to be the face, but sometimes that's what it is.
Maybe the arm or the back or something. Why you
But
gotta be all
but
on
it
my
could
face?
be that too, the hormonal aspect that you mentioned relevant to your cycle. It could just be that something needs to just come out from that area. And like I said, that high frequency wine will knock that out. It will dry it up. It'll get rid of that bacteria, and then you won't have to worry about those same breakouts anymore.
Well, I believe I'm gonna try some of this stuff.
I think you
Especially the way your skin look and Dominique.
So that turmeric, however you all would like
Now
to
that's
pronounce
the
that
soap.
bar.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Is that the body or which
This
one
is the face bar.
The face bar works miracles. Use it every day, twice a day, morning and before I go to bed. In my face, you can feel the cleanness of it without being dried out. Like I've experienced with other facial products over this, because my mom was big, avid, and firm believer of us taking care of our skin. Like, she taught me so much about skincare, even if it was her using oil of Olay products or my father using Eon 5. I can't leave him out either because he was an Eon 5. Like,
He was. And
he
grandma
knew that I had snuck into the stuff. He knew. Like, and I'm like, why didn't I just cover up my tracks and I leave my big fingerprint inside of his toning cream? But anyway, yes. And so my mom, she used to use a lot of oil of Olay products growing up. And so she taught me at a young age about skincare products. I remember my baby brother, he had struggled with some skincare problems. And I was like, Mom, you need to get him Proactive. So he had the whole Proactive collection throughout high school. I was like, nobody wants to go through high school embarrassed from all of these breakouts, you know, from puberty and things like that. So I said all that to say, to take it back to Melanin Maven, and that bar blessed me and my face. That's all I have to say. Melanin Maven.
Okay.
Get you.
And one thing it does, it will hydrate, it will nourish, because there are colloidal oats. Colloidal oats are naturally moisturizing. Like, if you're oily skin, you don't need to add additional oil.
Right.
You need to hydrate, and you need to nourish and moisturize. So it has those colloidal oats. So that's why you feel that squeaky cleanliness without it being dry. Yeah. And then it's made in a goat's milk, which is alpha hydroxy acid.
Goat's milk. Speaking of goat's milk and sharing.
So what happens is, when you're over 18, you start to lose elasticity, and then your cells don't turn over as much. But now with the goat's milk, it brings new skin to the surface faster, because we're our age. I'm not putting our age out there, but we're beautiful. Okay. We need those cells to turn over faster, and this encourages that. So everything I do encourages toned skin, hydration, nourishment, removal of hyperpigmentation, removal of acne scars, removal of acne, and it's just for a bright countenance. I want us to all look like Moses when he came off the mountain.
Hello.
And I believe these products will help us get there. Like I want us to be blinded by the glory of God.
Okay.
And so,
I love for my skin to glow, and that's why I drink a lot. When you say, hydration, I take in nothing but water. I don't drink pops or sodas, juices, or anything. I'm all for the water, and I still get bumps from time to time. So I am gonna look into. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna purchase it today. How about that?
okay, well, thank you, honey.
I'm gonna sow a seed into Shanae's product
Praise
today,
Oh,
and
sweet.
maybe we can do your product for a gift for someone who wins when Sharon does the Bible trivia.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a great idea.
It would.
I
Awesome.
get it.
Yeah,
That
so
would be amazing.
we'll sow this into someone on one of our episodes as a gift, and I see something else over there. Is that the moisturizer?
Yep, this
there?
is the moisturizer. So it has the colloidal oats in it. It has the shea butter and the cocoa butter, which are good. Cocoa butter is full of fatty acids, which are just so good for the skin. And then shea butter melts into the skin. And what I use these because they're non-comogenic, meaning they don't clog the pores.
I was just
Okay.
about to ask
Because
you
who
that.
wants
That's what I'm about to say.
Right. Why would you need your pores clogged if you're trying to, alleviate your skincare issues? And then there are just a few essential oils. I don't want to overdo it with the essential oils because you can have a sensitivity. But the good thing about them it's aromatherapy. It came from the plant, so it came from the earth, and it can actually heal. And so I've seen it work. And like I said, if you blend the right ones together, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you will get there. And I'm gonna just open it because I'm not funny and it's mine.
Okay.
And I'm just show you. Look how creamy that is. And you don't need a lot.
Yes,
Take
it's
some,
creamy.
rub it on your hand, and give some to Dominique because I don't
It
think
is
she.
creamy.
Oh, it's so light. Oh my gosh.
Like a whipped.
It's almost.
It really
And I didn't
is.
even use
Oh, yes, it
literally-
is like something like
Yeah,
it's a
it's
whipped.
like it smells.
Yep, that's lavender. So lavender,
Yummy.
lavender,
My tummy.
lavender is used in a whole bunch of cosmetic products, but it's anti-inflammatory. So you're not
It's
going
not
to
love
break.
natural
No,
stuff.
because colloidal oats.
I love natural.
Yep,
earthy
and
smelling
so,
stuff.
and see, look at that glow. You'll have this sheen all day. Well, not all day, because you're gonna wash your hands.
Right.
But if it was your face,
With this pandemic, wash,
gotta-
wash.
and Lysol.
Moisturize.
Yeah, but just see how soft your skin feels now. It's like rub, you put it on both.
No, this is rough. I mean, well, it's really not rough, but this side is more smoother than this side.
Yes, it's a tangible difference. So imagine using this every day.
Okay.
And I encourage everyone to do a skincare regimen morning and night. Here's why. If you can't do a morning one, just splash water on your face, that's fine. Nighttime, you have to do it because you don't want to get down and lay down in the bed with the stuff that you had on your face all day.
Who does that?
Antioxidants and just
Oh my God.
people do
People
that.
do it. I've
Really?
seen women on
Yes.
retreats.
Well, you know what?
Church retreats that went to sleep in their makeup and woke back up in their makeup. Yeah.
Oh, no, I couldn't
Went to
even
bed in
sleep
makeup.
You're
Me neither.
asking
I don't even
for-
want it on my pillowcases, let alone.
And also after facials, change all your bedding because dead skin cells, dust mites, things that are just,
They
yeah.
get back on you. I'm done.
Yeah, you went and got a deep cleanse and then you went and laid back down with it. You have to
Oh man, you ain't changed. When you get the facial, change the sheets and everything.
You have
else.
to, yes ma'am.
I've heard too that wood dries your skin out. Like if you have wood floors or.
I have wood floors, mine aren't dry.
Oh, okay.
So I don't
All
know
right.
about that.
Change those sheets when you get those.
Change
facials.
those sheets, please, and thank you.
That's a new one.
Yes, and then I have a beard oil for the men, and I have testimonials. I can't wait to drop my website. I
See,
wish it was
this
up
show
today.
is not only for the women, it's for the men
Yes.
and the women.
And one of the gentlemen, I sent him a whole package of products, but the focus was his beard. He literally had patches and the hair wouldn't grow. And in 6 days, it started to grow. And so, God is good.
So
all
it's
I'm
like a
saying.
growing syndrome. You think maybe for the edges and all?
I know that's why I
We
just
may-
over
we
here
may
thinking,
move into that.
I said
My-
you should get a
we may.
hair growth.
So yeah, are you into hair care and stuff as well?
I'm going to get into that.
Okay.
And that's why I
people
have
with
to.
beards.
I know, right? His hair, right? And that's why I said I needed to rebrand and trademark so that I can encompass everything that God gave me. Because I kind of, like me, when God speaks, you can attest to this, BFF. You know me since 1994. When God tells me something, I do it, but and I have to come back like, oops. So I got to step 20, and 2 through 20 were right, but 1 was wrong. So if the foundation is wrong, it's gonna crumble.
Right.
So here I am rebranding, but you know what? I learned a lot. It was expensive, but it's okay because we're gonna expand, and that's the way God does it. So I'm here for it.
Okay.
Yes, honey.
Yeah, this
And
is
let's get you a facial soon too.
Okay, we're gonna set that up after the
Yes.
show. We'll talk about that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know you guys hear Shanae say BFF when she's talking to Dominique. They are friends. They are best of friends. And this is my cousin, and Shanae, she's a good friend. She's done some things for me outside of her skincare. Wonderful individual. I encourage you all to try her products. We will push her products on the show because she sponsors us with this lovely makeup. So we do want to encourage you all to tap into her skincare and sow seeds into her product, into her ministry, because it's a ministry. She sat here and she told each and every one of us.
Took us to school.
Absolutely, with all those big fancy
I know, I'm
words.
like,
We
what
don't
does
know
that
what they mean.
Okay.
But would you like to share your information for the viewers to get in touch with you or to buy your product?
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do right now. I'm in the process of rebranding, so I don't want to give out old information because it's not relevant at this point. What I will give is my email address, which is H as in Harry, 2, like the number, T as in Tom, I as in Igloo, G as in George, and S as in Shanae, @gmail.com. You can reach me at 312-725-2028. I will be sure to share the website once it's live. We're still working on it. And there's some other legal things that I want to work out before I go ahead and share all of that, but we will make that available to you guys. But thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you once again for having me.
Thank you
This
for
was
joining us this
amazing.
evening. This has been fun. It has been exciting. I'm just like, I just don't even want it to end, but we've got to move along.
Yes.
So moving along, I want to send a shout out to Pastor Fisher and Christ Family Network Radio TV, which is how we're able to do what we do as well. If you need prayer or have any table matters or any concerns at your table, please email us at fouratthetable@gmail.com. Again, that's fouratthetable@gmail.com, or leave us a message at 904-87-TABLE. Again, that's 904-87-TABLE. And remember to be mindful of who you're sitting with at the table, and mind your table matters.
Well, that's the end of our show for today. We thank you for tuning in with 4 at the Table. Until next show time, stay full in the spirit.